If these buildings were hit intentionally, it's what's called a prima facie, on the face of it, war crime. It's one of the clearest war crimes that anyone could think of. Under the Geneva Conventions, both hospitals and schools are considered specially protected objects, and hospitals have the highest level of protection of any infrastructure in international humanitarian law, with schools being not far behind. If these buildings were hit intentionally, it's what's called a prima facie, on the face of it, war crime. It's one of the clearest war crimes that anyone could think of. The indiscriminate targeting can also, in some cases, be a war crime, even if they did not intend to hit these targets, the school and the hospital, because they have a responsibility, the rapid support forces, as do all actors in conflict, to exercise precaution. That means to prevent hitting protected objects, and that's part of their duty to engage in distinction, which means to distinguish between civilian and legitimate targets, which in this case, the school and the hospital would in no way be considered a legitimate target. Well, there's two important things to understand about double tap strikes. Intentionally attempting to target civilians, regardless of whether there's a second strike, is prohibited. But then attempting to hit civilians in order to draw rescuers to the scene, emergency personnel, humanitarian aid workers, then to attack them, is a grave breach of the Geneva Convention. We have seen from Syria to Ukraine, to this conflict, the use of, quote, double tap strikes. And in all cases, when they are aimed at civilians and humanitarian personnel and emergency responders, they are a war crime. It is extremely serious because when double tap strikes occur, it creates clear potential evidence of intent to target civilians and other hors de combat, those removed from battle, which in this case would be emergency responders and aid workers. It's extremely serious. There have been multiple reports throughout Sudan that RSF has specifically taken civilians hostage, in many cases using detention of civilians to exact ransom. This allegedly occurred at Zamzam, El Fasher, Janena, Zalenji, and multiple other locations. The fact of the matter is that it is a allegation consistent with a pattern of action by rapid support forces to use civilians for ransom, and also to engage in other forms of extortion, usually against people from their clans and larger tribal ethnic groups.